All right, what's going on, everybody? So I have to do this again because the first time I did it, it wasn't really working. So the poem that I chose is called "Wind in the Beechwood." It's by Siegfried Sassoon, and I chose this poem because it uses a lot of terminology that we use in Modern Three. It talks about how the wind is moving in this beechwood forest and how the wind brings it to life. I'm going to read the first part of the poem just because that's the part that I'm talking about. The glorifying forest shakes and swings with glancing of bows that dip and strain. Young, slanting sprays beckon and shift like lissom creatures dancing. While the blown beechwood streams with drifting rays, rooted in steadfast calm, gray stems are seen like weather-beaten masts. The wood, unfurled, seems as a ship with crowding sails of green that sweeps across the lonely, billowing world. Okay, that's the first part of the poem that I wanted to talk about. In Limon, we did a lot of movement that allows us to release and incorporate more air into the body. So I said that the wind is making these trees in the forest dance. So it's allowing the air to go through it and it makes it look like they're dancing. It makes it look like they're moving. So that's why I chose this poem because in Limon we have to use a lot of air to incorporate, like we have to incorporate a lot of air into our movement and into our body. And if we don't use air, we become stiff and we're not as free as we could be if we were using more air. It also talks about how even though the the trees are moving because of the wind, they are still rooted in steadfast calm. I thought that was very unique because just like how in Limon we have to shift our weight and we have to, do a lot of weight shifts and moving around, we still have to be connected to the ground. We have to make sure that we always have that connection to the floor and that our feet and our toes are always rooted into the ground. No matter if we're doing plies or jumps or if we're even on the floor, we have to remain connected to the floor. So that's why I chose this poem because it does use a lot of terminology that we used in Limon, and just with the way that they were describing how the way that Seafood was describing how the trees were dancing, it made it seem like a Limon technique for me. I felt like there was a lot of Limon in this specific poem. So that's it. Thanks, guys.